on that note. Missing down one, but two left.
I'm still over here looking
boy.
for Black Man to play Blue Marvel.
Well, do we want to talk about them fucking rumors? SDCC is this week, isn't it?
It is this week, yeah. It is this coming week.
Do we want to talk about them rumors? This is going to go up before that.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. I'm with it.
All right, we can talk about the rumors and then the boys, and we will see if we will get to Stranger Things. We'll see. God damn it!
The biggest show of the nation that we kind of forgot to talk about.
Right?
Because didn't we put it off because it wasn't finished?
So,
or did we talk about the first half?
Yes.
Yeah, we did put it off.
We put it off because it wasn't finished, and then everything else finished. Now SDCC's coming up. God damn. Okay. All right. So I have the rumor list in front of me. So the first one is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds will be in attendance to announce the next Deadpool movie, which isn't titled Deadpool 3. Director Sean Levy will send in a video.
Okay, no, we should go by each announcement. Do we think it's going to be fact or cap?
For this one, I'll say fact. My guess is Deadpool kills the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's my guess. I am open to being wrong, but I feel like it's too, with all the criticism and it being over a decade, it seems like too fun of a premise to not do. Especially if this is going to be the last Deadpool movie, which we don't know. Doesn't mean he won't appear again, but I'm wondering if this is going to be his last solo project, especially if they're going to do the R rating.
I guess no. I'm gonna say fact. They're gonna have some sort of announcement for it, just because we're getting new sources of developments on it with Sean Levy officially coming on, and then like the original writers coming back on. So we have to get some sort of news about what's happening with this movie. I don't think it's gonna be Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, just because I feel like they'd have to. I think it's just gonna get messy with timeline stuff, and I feel like they want to incorporate Deadpool into the actual universe instead of making like a gag movie. Unless like at the end of it he comes into the main universe, that could be cool. But I feel like for that they'd want to bring back actors like Chris Evans and like maybe some other people, and I can't see them doing that. Yeah. To be honest, I have no idea what a Deadpool 3 would look like inside the MCU or how they even go about that. But I believe that they're gonna touch that at SDCC.
Yeah, which I'm thinking if they did that, it wouldn't be. They bring back the actors as the characters. I could see them bringing back the actors literally as themselves, like Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., fucking Ed Norton, Terrence Howard, like that.
They would never do it.
I know Terrence Howard is supposed to be retired, but
I didn't know that.
Funny. Yeah, he retired a couple years ago, but yeah. Terryology. Black Panther, Ryan Coogler, Denai Guerrera, Tena Huerta, and Dominic Thorne will be present and bring their first trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Yeah, this is almost certainly fact. That movie is about 5 months out, probably less by the time.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's got to be. They got to because the big mystery is who's Black Panther. Like,
it's gonna be.
We got questions, bro.
How are you guys gonna handle that? The last movie was about Black Panther dealing with the fact that his dad died and like accepting the mantle and everything.
Oh, he died and came back to life in the movie, and then he died and came back to life in Infinity War and Endgame. Like, this nigga can't catch a break.
Man's on. As far as we've known, this man's about to be on his third life.
Yeah, so they got his B-roll, so I don't. Yeah, that one for sure feels like fact. Secret Invasion. No one will be in attendance for Secret Invasion, but they will reveal the main cast and share some footage. I say fact because that one's still filming. Don't expect to be a lot of footage. Not even like a sizzle reel, because I don't even think they're close to done. They just started like a couple months back, so.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, this one seems.
I think they're gonna have like a full-on trailer, because if you're filming a series, that takes way longer than a movie. So I imagine they'll have some prompt stuff to show. especially knowing that they're going to be like, it'd be different if they just started filming like last week. But for example, like the Batman, when they showed their first footage, like they've been filming like maybe a month, if that, and they had like a full on trailer to show. So I can't imagine they wouldn't have a full on trailer for a show that they know they're going to bring to SDCC. That's been filming for months.
I'm probably expecting more of like a sizzle reel, maybe, for Secret Invasion. Yeah, so I think we both said fact for that one. Blade, fact that started filming, I believe, this month, like July 4th. I think. I think we're probably. Yeah, I think so. It says Mahershala Ali, Kit Harington, Aaron Pierre, Milan Ray, and Bassam Tariq will be in attendance for some news. One big piece of news is that Anthony Starr will play Dracula. I don't know if the full. I say cap on the cast being there because they're filming, but I do think they're going to have concept art.
I don't think it's cap because the cast is filming, because it wouldn't be the first time that a cast has come out of their way to come to SDCC and they immediately get back on the plane. I'm curious to know why, if they were to bring the cast for something that's filming, why would they bring the cast for that movie, but not the cast for Secret Invasion? That seems strange to me. Because I imagine they're all filming in Atlanta. Like, get all these motherfuckers on a plane. You guys got a sound stage in Atlanta. Well, it depends on their.
I don't think they are. I think Blade's filming in England.
Right. You're right. Exactly. Yeah, it makes it even weirder for them to come all the way from England. Yeah, I may go with you on that one then, because if they're in England filming, I doubt they're going to come all the way to America to do it. I imagine them doing more of a video.
Yeah, for 20 minutes, that's. It might just be a little bit of burning resources. Not that I don't want to see them. That they might be a video and concept art. So it's like half fact, half cap. And the Anthony Starr thing, that I have no idea. I want it to be true, but we'll see. The Marvels, Brie, Amon, and Teyana will be there when they show their footage.
I believe that.
Zawe Ashton will not be present due to her pregnancy. Anson Mount will reprise his role as Black Bolt. Jodie Turner-Smith will join as Medusa in the post-credits of the movie, setting up Universal Inhumans as a big cosmic story going forwards. Half fact, half cap. Everything up to Anson Mount, I believe.
Yeah, I don't believe that Inhumans are going to be in it, but I definitely wholeheartedly believe that the cast of Marvels is going to be there. One, because bro, you're not gonna miss Amon Vellani's first Comic-Con appearance. You're not.
No.
And I'm mad that I don't get
her
to be
first
there to
Hall
experience
H.
Because as big of a fan as she is, her getting to be on the stage of a Hall H, oh man, I wish I could be there.
Yeah, no, she. I'm so envious. Yeah, but that first bit, yeah, I believe that Zawe Ashton not being there for the pregnancy. I mean, that just makes sense. Anson Mount and everything after that seems like such a curve, like a Universal Inhuman story. Okay, I'm of two minds about this. I don't think they're going to do it, but if they were going to do it, this would be the one to do it, just because Inhumans are so directly tied to Kree, and the Kree are so directly tied to Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
But this would be like the only place to do it if you were going to do it outside of, I guess, maybe Secret Invasion. But that's more Skrull shit. So, and then Jodie Turner-Smith playing Medusa is hilarious to me, because remember way back when on the old Marvel show, or I don't know if you remember that, but the second episode, I made a joke about Beyonce being cast as Medusa. Mm. So I might have been half correct if they do recast Medusa as a black woman.
So I wonder where this rumor is coming from. That's an interesting one. Because I haven't heard.
I don't know. Malik sent me these, but I didn't get a source. So these are all rumors. World War Hulk was originally going to be a movie. It is now going to be turned into a 4-part series for Disney Plus that may have a small theatrical release. It could possibly be the big Avengers event before Secret Wars with many big characters.
Cap. I'm gonna say Cap.
They don't have the full rights to Hulk, so this would actually be a Disney Plus Paramount split, and
right.
I don't know. This one is too like weird and vague. I don't know what Disney knows what to do with Hulk. She-Hulk, I think they're fine. Hulk himself, I don't.
I can't imagine them announcing a World War Hulk miniseries when the state one. before She-Hulk comes out, and two, in the current state of where we know Hulk to be as Smart Hulk. Because I feel like that's kind of a
No,
spoiler if they reveal that.
well, in 3, this is in the middle of like phase 4, phase 5. Like, this is a weird place to announce this. This would be a very big project to like just now drop.
Yeah.
But most of everything else has already been announced. This is a very random place to do something that far and that big out the blue random.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel's done stuff
Guardi-
like that before,
go ahead.
but I just don't believe it.
They have, but that's more so like titles like Captain America. Well, no, that was at a different event. But it was like Captain America 3 not being Serpent Society, but being
That was the first
Civil
thing that
War.
came to my mind too.
Or like, yeah, or like the Avengers titles and shit like that. So like those, yeah. 3, a majority of the cast will be in attendance and they will show some footage. Yeah, fact.
For what?
Fact on that. Guardians 3.
Guardians 3? Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We'll see some footage with actors Rudd, Lily, and Newton present. Jonathan Majors will send in video as Kang. They started filming, didn't they?
Finished filming.
That's a 2023 release. Okay, so yeah, I'll call fact on that. That's pretty straightforward. I can see that. And Jonathan Majors as Kang, I think, would be fun. So.
Yeah, I think
that'd be a fun
we're gonna
thing to do.
get concept footage, or at least a still of what he looked like as Kang.
Yeah, like I can see him like doing a video as like character of Kang, and then maybe we get some like concept art, a little BTS of Quantumania. Wonder Man will be announced with Henry Golding as Simon Williams, and interesting details that Evan Peters is returning as Ralph Boner, but may have a new name. Will likely be a side character in the show.
I'm conflicted on this one.
Kind of 50-50 on the. We did get the Wonder Man announcement. We didn't get any further details, so I'll say if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick Cat.
Because Wonder Man.
I remember they announced it, but we haven't gotten really any further details other than we're getting a show.
I feel like Hollywood really is riding Henry Golding's dick right now, so I can believe that part, kind of.
I can believe the casting, but I honestly just don't think we're going to hear anything about Wonder Man.
Yeah, because there'd be another change, which is going to make the purists mad. It's going to make the young rippers in the world out there mad. They're making old Wonder Man Asian.
Yeah, that character that so many people are a fan of, fucking Wonder Man. Who was already supposed to be referencing Guardians 2, and they cut it. It was supposed to be Nathan Fillion was playing him in a movie, like a movie within the movie.
Shoot. I didn't know
That's cool. Yeah, you can still see the behind the scenes photos of it.
So they made him a Wonder Man suit and everything.
No, it was just I think it was just like some background posters, not like a full.
Okay.
Thing. It was like there is a movie about Simon Williams as Wonder Man in the Guardians movie, but those scenes I think got cut out.
Got it. Okay. I can see them.
I don't remember if it was
I'm
Nathan.
Say fact on this one. I can see it. It doesn't seem
too
unplausible for me. The Ralph Boner thing seems weird. I can't see that part, but the Henry Golding being Wonder Man, I'm gonna say fact.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a random. Not saying that he can't have one. We got a fucking Hit Monkey show. It was apparently pretty good.
This man's got to have something hit. We saw what happened with Snake Eyes. This man's banking on a franchise.
I didn't. I didn't see Snake Eyes, but God bless.
I don't think anybody.
I saw him in Crazy Rich Asians. He was good there. Like don't get me wrong. I like Henry Golding. I wouldn't mind him in the MCU. I don't know. This just seems like a random series of words put together. And then the last one is Daredevil: Man Without Fear will be announced with Charlie Cox starring, along with Isa Gonzalez as Elektra. I'm saying fact. I kind of feel bad. This would be their second recast of Elektra, which would be a shame because like I actually liked her in the Netflix series. I don't know why they'd recast her. Considering she's like Greek and Isa Gonzalez is Mexican. I mean, I'm saying you can't play other races and stuff like that. Oh, I remember her. Yeah, she was the fine chick that died in Godzilla vs Kong, who had like no plot.
What?
Isa Gonzalez. Okay, do you remember? Did you see Godzilla vs Kong? Remember the evil chick that just got like thrown into the dirt, blew up?
Daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was also. Oh God. Oh, I do like her actually. She was Santanico Pandemonium in the From Dusk Till Dawn series. I really liked her in that.
Yeah. No. What's her name again? Liz Gonzalez. Yeah.
Isa Gonzalez.
She can be Electra. I'm cool with that.
I mean, she's a good actress, and I like her. I just kind of feel bad for the previous actress that we had.
A little bad.
Because, like, I liked her as Electra. What was her name? Melody Young. I liked her actually. Like, I'll never forget the way that she would say Matt's name, bro. That shit. Ooh, that shit sent shivers up my spine. Because remember, she was like sitting in the fucking room. She always called this nigga by his government everywhere they went. She was sitting there in the shadows talking about some hello Matthew. I'm like, oh bitch, ooh, my name ain't even Matthew. How you get in my crib? Hey yo,
what you doing to me?
What you doing? No, I really liked Elodie Young. I think she kind of got the short end of the stick writing wise, but I'd like to see her back. But if they recast to Isa Gonzalez, she's a good enough actress that I'd be okay with it. I just wish that Elodie Young would have gotten like second chance.
Yeah, and I get that. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, so and she's already done a Disney Plus movie. She did Secret Society of Second Born Royals.
Oh, really? I didn't watch that.
And neither. I just know because I'm on her Wikipedia page.
I think there was.
Hey, bro, I didn't watch that shit.
Yeah, but I think there was one more. There's one more rumored.
Do you have it? Because those are all the rumors that I have.
Let me pull it up. If I remember correctly, it was a Fantastic Four rumor. But I think they were going to announce it at D23. At least that's what the report said.
Okay, and that's not till the fall, I believe.
We can still go over. What? Okay.
You find
a lot of conflicting reports here. Because I pulled up one that said there's a leak that suggests Penn Badgley will be Reed Richards.
Wait a minute! Wait! Hey, yo!
Why am I not mad at that, though? Like,
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I didn't see that one coming. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Low-key, he would kind of fit, though.
Yo, low-key, he'd kill it. On the lowest of keys. Well, because, wait, did you see the other one today? That there's a rumor that, who's the boy from How I Met Your Mother?
How I Met Your Mother?
Ted. There was a rumor I saw today. Jason Segel might be playing Ben Grimm in She-Hulk. But he's not the Thing.
Ooh, I kind of like that. Jason Segel is the Thing? Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Jason Segel is. There's a rumor that he's going to be Ben Grimm in She-Hulk.
The rumor I had heard just before we go to that Ben Grimm one was that the original rumor I had heard was that they cast Reed, Sue, and Johnny with Steven Spielberg directing, and Reed would be Jamie Dorner, Sue would be Amanda Seyfried, and Johnny would be Joe Keery. Not as enthusiastic about that, though, ain't you?
I don't know how to feel about that cast.
I don't like Jamie Dorner. I'll say this: I don't want Jamie Dorner to be Mr. Fantastic.
Okay, here's the thing. Because Jamie Dornan was actually my pick for Bruce Wayne.
I remember that. Yeah.
Here's the weird thing. I think that can all work. I don't want it.
Right.
I think that's the conclusion I've come to. They all have the acting range to pull it off. I just don't want it. That's my conclusion. I don't want that to be the cast. Not because I don't think they can do it. I just don't like it.
Right.
I'm just biased. Yeah. I think that is a cast that could theoretically work. It's just not the one I want.
Yeah, like can I see Joe Keery or Steve from Stranger Things as Johnny?
I can see him as Johnny. I can see him I can see them all.
I just don't want it.
I just don't want it.
I really want Penn Badgley to be Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, now I really want that. you put that in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. This nigga might have did something.
I could see his ass being stretchy. Like,
yeah, and plus, like,
a beard in the temple. Like, yeah,
like Reed is low key a psychopath.
Yeah, I can see him walking that line for sure.
Yeah, and like Ben Badgley is like weirdly charming, but he's also like. Here's the thing: Reed is not like a fine ass nigga like Thor or Black Panther. He's like a nerdy scientist guy, and Penn Badgley is very much just like he's a regular type of attractive guy. Like, your homegirl could probably get Penn Badgley.
I think he's kind of attractive. I think he's attractive.
No, he's a. You know how they have like a girl next door? He's like a guy next door.
Yeah,
handsome.
I can see that definitely.
He's handsome. How like Tom Holland is handsome in terms of face.
Okay.
We're only talking face. It's like, yeah, he's a nice looking guy. Like you'd engage him in a conversation, but he's not like, whoa, let me unroll my panty boxers, like, let me bust it wide open for this nigga. That's a okay. He could talk his way into some sex,
right?
Which is what he did throughout all three seasons of You. He talked his way into them panty draws, which that's seeing him in You, I'm like, God damn, that's son of a bitch. Yeah. That's okay. If I had to pick a white guy, I didn't expect it to be Penn Badgley, but he's definitely my top like white dude for that. He's not my top pick.
Right.
Not my top pick. He's number 3. He is my top white guy.
Interesting. He's not super tall either. It's weird because I guess Reed doesn't technically have to be tall, but I imagine Reed taller.
I mean, he's 5'9". He's a normal height.
I imagine Reed being like at least like 5'11",
5'10".
5'10". Yeah, but yeah.
I mean,
if he gets cast,
low
I'm not
key.
mad. I'm not mad.
Oh no, I can actually. Well, I guess if you're doing like Ultimate Reed, you'd be fine because Ultimate Reed isn't like that tall either. He's just skinny.
Who's your top?
It's like Penn Badgley is mad.
Who's your Reed?
Who's my boy that played Chidi Adegoniye?
What?
The Good Place.
In what?
The Good Place. He played Chidi.
Oh,
William Jackson Harper.
That's right. He did one.
It's William Jackson Harper, and then my number 2 is Rahul Kohli.
I remember you saying this. Yes. I remember you saying.
And now Penn Badgley is my number 3. I wouldn't be mad at any of those.
Penn Badgley.
Ooh, wait a minute. That might actually be a good pair. Rahul Kohli and Rose McIver as Reed and Sue would actually be a really good pair. They have really fun chemistry on iZombie.
Okay.
She's already blonde and white. Yeah, that. Ooh. No, that's kind of both of those casts are kind of fighting for my number 1. Rahul Kohli and Rose McIver, or William Jackson Harper and Kristen Bell would honestly be probably a pretty good Sue. Like low key. But okay, so who would be the Sue for
Penn?
And honestly,
Love.
Nah. You know who I was thinking? The black chick.
The black chick.
You season 3.
Oh,
Not Love.
shoot. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can see
Since we just throwing anything against the wall and shit don't matter.
No. I'm gonna save her.
Tati Gabrielle.
No,
Ooh, she's already blonde too. Tati Gabrielle is. Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm gonna save what's I need to find the actress's name. She was in that one movie. Tati Gabrielle.
Tati Gabrielle. That was the black chick from You.
No, I'm saving her for Selena Kyle.
It's too late, bro. We got Zoe Kravitz.
Not Selena Kyle. I'm sorry. Felicia Hardy. There we go.
Oh, you a vile nigga. Why did you do that? Why did you do that to me? Now I have to agree with you.
You already know Peter got the
now I gotta
fever.
He sure do. Honest, but low key, you know what's been funny as shit?
What?
Because of how old she is.
She's the same age.
If Meg Thee Stallion was Felicia Hardy.
You would break Tom Holland.
Because Meg
would break Tom Holland.
Okay. He need a challenge. He a grown man. It's time for him to level up. A grown ass man. Now he got to deal with these grown ass boss ass women. I don't know, bro. I'm kind of yeah. God damn it. What did you do? God. I'm punching air. That's too good.
Yeah.
God, she's perfect for Felicia. Oh man, why did you do that to me?
She'd be great. She'd be a real good
Oh man.
Wow.
She got the smile and everything. I think matter of fact, there's a picture of her next to Zendaya.
Is there?
It's such a good, not like together, but like picture of them just comparing fashion or some shit. That like thinking about, somebody that vaguely reminds him of MJ. You know, god damn. I'm so mad at you for putting that in my brain. Now it's never gonna leave. Now I have to like make it. I gotta go into Photoshop or some shit and make this happen.
Felicia Hardy.
God damn. She'd probably have the bald head but have a white wig. So niggas would never expect it. She just have that short little blonde cut, then throw on that white. God damn. I am so upset by this. What do you not miss? Son of a bitch. Alright then. Who the fuck is... Okay. So who's gonna be the Sue to Penn Badgley's Reed?
The Sue to Penn Badgley's Reed. Think about that. I'm trying to think who would have good chemistry.
Who's like in their 30s? Because ain't he in his 30s?
I can see her. She could be late 20s. He wouldn't put her.
Come on now, give this nigga a grown woman. Don't do that.
Good.
This is tough. Would have said Florence Pugh, but she already there.
She taken.
Yeah, she claimed her spot.
Nope. Never mind.
But
for half a second, for like a quarter of a second, I was like, Amber Heard. Nope.
Amber. Wait a minute. No. I'm. Yeah.
Flexed.
Not her. No. Oh, this is tough. Who's a decent younger act? What's something good that we've seen? That's the real question.
A lot of people talk shit
at this point.
I feel like that's too easy.
She got that goofy ass Irish ass name. Saoirse. Nah. Oh God, bro.
No.
Bring back Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. And
You don't remember Jennifer Love
of course
Hewitt?
I do.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
bring her back. I seen her in years.
I would say Jennifer Lawrence, but I feel like she'd phone it in again.
Yeah, I don't need that. I want that. He would act circles around her ass. We need somebody that have like good chemistry and shit with.
I'm trying to think
Who
of
would
good
be a
movies I've seen.
good?
I'm like really struggling to think of.
I'm struggling too. Talk so much shit about Thor. We out here struggling trying to find a good movie.
I like what's his name for Johnny though. The dude who was the brother, Max's brother.
Oh yeah, Dacre Montgomery. He was my pick for Johnny.
He's still my Johnny.
He's my Johnny too. That hasn't changed. Is there anyone in Stranger Things
That's of age.
could work? That's the first question. Would it be funny as shit to have what's her face that plays the mom?
What's her face that plays the mom?
You know what I'm talking about? Play Lydia Dietz in Beetlejuice.
Oh, Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder. Sue. He said, "Hey, I like him a little seasoned."
Yeah, who I'm not mad at. What's her name? That new fine ass girl who's in Umbrella Academy season 3. Luther's girl.
Oh, the one that we didn't know was like Latina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
What's her name? Genesis Rodriguez.
Genesis Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, you know who I think could do it? Emmy Raver Lampman, who plays Allison.
Okay. I can't.
That'd probably be
chemistry.
I feel like after seeing him with Tati Gabrielle and knowing the range that she has from Umbrella Academy, I think that could work.
Okay.
Because we've seen her be nice and kind and sweet, but also be like really harsh, annoyed.
I'm having a hard time. And I'm not trying to put limitations on the role now. I'm having a hard time imagining a black woman named Sue.
I mean, I went on a date with a black woman named Karen.
I mean, that's universal. Karen's a universal.
Is it? When's the last time you've seen a black or Asian Karen?
Asian Karen's not that. I feel like I've seen Asian Karens.
What about an Asian Sue? How about that?
I know an Asian Sue.
I feel like I've seen one. Okay, so who could maybe be like a? Who was the girl from Everything Everywhere? Isn't she in like 30? Daughter?
She could do it. Hold on. I'm trying. I think I got one. If she can do an American accent. Let's see. What's this girl's name?
Yeah, Stephanie Sue is 31. She might. Yeah, I think she could do it actually.
Oh, what's her name? Could be good. Homegirl from Love. She was in the Community. I think you can get Gillian Jacobs or Allison Brie.
I'll say Alice. Ooh, that's tough.
I think Gillian Jacobs.
I think I'm gonna have to go Gillian Jacobs. I would want Allison Brie in the MCU. I'd want her as somebody else. Maybe like a Squirrel Girl or something. There's something perfect for her, and I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, I think I'd go with Gillian Jacobs.
They're both a little older than Penn Badgley. That's not.
It's fine. Who cares?
It's okay.
Yes, Stephanie Sue, Gillian Jacobs, the homegirl, Emily Raver-Lampman. Is that it? Emily Raver-Lampman. All right, we got a solid roster for Penn to pick from.
Meg the Stallion is Sue Storm.
Hey, nigga.
lost will temporarily, but he experienced the knowledge of Meg the Stallion coming as Sue Storm, and he had to exit the chat immediately because he couldn't handle the possibility of Meg the Stallion, the hot girl summer herself, becoming the Invisible Woman. It's an anomaly he couldn't bear to comprehend. So he's temporarily gone. But we over here figuring it out. I really like Jason Segel. Jason Segel for The Thing is definitely my top choice because that man's a phenomenal actor and he's done nothing but great things since becoming a world class star and creator since being on How I Met Your Mother. So
Mhm.
yeah, let that man reign on. I was telling the people how you experienced Meg the Stallion and the possibility of her being Sue Storm, and it fucked you up so bad you had to exit the chat.
Bro, it knocked me out
It
of
just
there.
knocked you clean out the fucking podcast.
knocked me out the universe.
Right.
Okay. Do we want to talk the boys,
Boys.
and maybe do a very brief thing on Stranger Things and then get out of here?
Yeah. Sounds like a great.
Okay. Okay. So full spoilers, season 3 of The Boys. What do we think? We watched the finale together. I mean, I think this season was overall pretty good. The show's consistently good. You know, I don't have not really any major complaints. God, I love Soldier Boy. He might be my new favorite character now.
Right.
Just because I love Jensen Ackles. I'm glad I got to see him do something else that wasn't fucking supernatural. But he killed this shit. Like, The Boys does such an exceptional job at making you like unlikable characters, like objectively unlikable characters. But the performances are so fucking good that you just like want more of them.
Yeah, I think the performance.
You still.
What were you gonna say?
Oh no, go ahead.
I think the performances are really aided by the writing. I feel like the writing in the show is really
Yeah.
smart. I feel like, after season 2 of the show and seeing how things were coming to a boiling point with Homelander and how frustrated he was in the situation, the show always does a great job of making me wonder where these characters going next. And I think at the end of season 2, though I really liked season 2, I feel like the way it ended was like felt very what's the word? Not finite, not like it was ending, but like you put a nice
Yeah,
little bow on
but it seemed like somewhat conclusive.
it seemed somewhat conclusive. And then to undo with the place of where we left season 2 at, they had to jump season 3 and up an entire year to put things into motion again.
Yeah.
And I like that where we end season 3, it only propels the the further development of all of our characters, but also puts in a position where whatever happened in season 4 has to be the immediate action after, or has it leads it up for a place to set up for another season for it to go, instead of like a passive thread
Right.
that's dangling as something that it could potentially happen. Like I think there's the passive thread of us finding out that what's her name was the head popper, and this time because she's been like the low key like backseat villain starting in season 2. Did you notice that? Because we find out.
Yeah. She's definitely a secondary antagonist.
Well, I think they're trying to transitioning for her to be the primary, and I think we only got like one season left.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume because it has to end in one of two ways with him. I think either gets to the point where he gets enough notoriety that he's going to become president, or he's like in the running for president, or what's her name takes him out, the head popper chick.
Right, and I'd wonder if she'd be able to too with her power because we don't know if it works on him or not.
No.
Yeah, and there's no way to test it without it being finite. So either basically either she succeeds or dies trying.
Yeah, I think the thing I like about this show as well is that there's always that forward momentum, in spite of the fact that it maybe seemed a little contradictory to what I just said about the fact that the last seasons felt like it had a nice bow on it, but you never. I still get the sense there's a forward momentum, and I think this season revitalized that motion. I definitely felt that way at the end of season one, like especially with the ending of
Mhm.
Butcher being taken to where his wife was and finding out that she had a kid. And I think that
Right.
it feels kind of coming to a head. Like this isn't a show that can go like supernatural for like 10 years,
15
right?
years.
15 years. This has to end
Yeah,
either
no,
next season or the season after that.
yeah, and I'm guessing they're gonna go probably to a season 5.
I would
I
guess that.
think 4, yeah, because that I don't know what it is. 5, I think 5 is just like a nice,
Nice little bow.
weirdly, yeah. Like if they end it next season, I'm okay with that. I don't want them to
Go too
rush
long.
it,
Right.
you know. But it's like you have plenty of time to wrap up the remaining storylines, whether you do it in one season or whether you do it in
Right.
2. Because we still don't know what's up with like I think she's a senator, but now she's the
Oh,
vice president and running.
Newman or Newton or something like that.
Yeah, Newman. Yeah, so we don't know about Newman's daughter and what became of that.
Yeah, we knew
Like
that's something.
that's a
We also don't know
yeah.
what happened to the chick from season 2, the bald chick who escaped the asylum.
Yeah, which I'm wondering if we're ever going to get follow up on that, but I
I feel
don't
like
think they've forgotten.
I don't think they forgot.
Yeah, I think you're.
I think we'll
No, I agree with you.
yeah, I liked Huey this
God,
season
what?
a lot. I liked that he was making like some shitty decisions, but I like seeing him and Butcher on the same page and like the development of their relationship instead of being
Yeah,
at odds. Because like he was very reluctant in season 1. I think he was he was kind of reluctant in season 2, but
yeah, and he's kind of coming more and more into his own, and his kind of arc is very much about him trying not to be essentially a helpless bitch like he was the past 2 seasons. I don't think he wants to be a bystander in his own life, and you feel bad for Huey because that's kind of what he was up until meeting the boys. Is he was like this helpless victim of circumstance, and I think he wants to be more proactive. And I think him having that year gave him a taste of like, okay, I can do something, and I want to be more active in my own existence, frankly, because everybody else on the boys has like something they can do, and
yeah,
he
no,
needs a contribution. He needs a point.
yeah, he's the. I think if Mother's Milk is like the soul or if like the uniter of the group, I would say that Huey's like the heart. I think that they need Huey to kind of well, granted he kind of went off the rails this season, but I think he's that connector to the world of like the average man. You know, he still kind of serves that role in a way, and I like that seeing where his arc went in this season. He kind of it tested him in a way to show him what true strength was because he realizes he thought his dad was weak for all these years until he realized what true strength was the fact that he sat there and kind of braved the pain instead of letting his son see it. I think that was an interesting place to leave because he kind of I think he had the most prevalent arc this season. I think with when it came to
Yeah.
Homelander and it came not Home came to Mother's Milk's arc, eh, uh, that came into head with where Butcher was. I think those two
Mm-hmm.
were two things that just kind of happened to align because of the fact that Ryan was there, so their goals were now united again. And that was like a semi way for them to kind of patch things up and reunite the boys. Because when all that shit was going down, I was like, bro, like, like they're back crossing each other, they're drugging each other. I don't know how the hell they're gonna come out of this season a team again, but by
Right.
circumstance, yeah, there they are again, all the boys united. So
Somehow.
some fucking how, yeah, no, I like that. It's interesting because at the beginning we see the boys in different places each season. I think at the beginning of season 2 they were all together, but they were kind of like on the run. They like were kind of outlaws, and then at the beginning of this season they're not all together, but there's what Kimiko, Butcher, and Frenchie. they're like sanctioned by
Yeah.
the government to do it, and now they're all united, seemingly still sanctioned by the government to do it, but they've all kind of gone through a place of accepting where they're at. Like Kimiko finally accepts her
Yeah,
powers.
they went straight a little bit.
Yeah,
You know, they were doing it by the books for a while, which I kind of like that too. Even though that first episode was, I knew it was coming, but that sneeze was fucking brutal,
oh my
bro.
god, the pee hole
Jesus
thing.
Christ!
That was so.
I'm like, dog. We didn't need that. I know you like to just be like, all right, bro. Don't forget what you're watching. I'm like, no, I got it. You don't have to remind me. Are you sure? He's about to sneeze. You don't have to remind me. Well, let's remind you one more again. God damn it.
Yeah, the show does a good job of like pushing the boundary while also having great characters with it. Like the whole thing about like they straight up showed bestiality in a TV show, and I was like, wow,
Yeah,
I never thought
several times.
Several times, right? He wholly fucked an octopus, and I'm like, this is wild. The fact that
Like, this nigga's
this
weird.
nigga's mad weird. But yeah, the fact that it's interesting to watching a superhero comic book show where the action, the superhero stuff is not the forefront or the most interesting part of it, but all the characters and the intrigue and like the fucked up world that they've established is what's really pushing the show forward. And yeah, I'm curious to see where Butcher goes next, as far as him having this diagnosis and seeing that the fact that he has some sort of uh time limit on how he can live, and how does that affect him? Like, is he
Yeah,
still going to push forward with his plan to kill Homelander? Is he going to soften up?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of my where I'm at. I really enjoyed.
Which now that means that no, I agree with you. And now that also, like we mentioned earlier, that actually puts a timeline on the show.
Yeah, no, yeah, having a year and a half. Yeah, so we have a limited amount of time, unless they just continue on without Butcher. But I can't imagine them doing that because he's like.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. You know, it's the most likable thing about Butcher is honestly his performance.
Yeah.
The character himself is like a right proper cunt, but like, which is the point, and he knows it. But like,
I feel like them killing off.
God damn it,
Butcher,
Carl Urban's fantastic.
I feel like them killing off Butcher, that would be the equivalent of like how The Office took away Michael Scott. Like, you can still have the show, but I feel like it wouldn't be the same without it.
I feel like you'd have to have a very, very deliberate plan for what you. Okay, I don't think you could do a full season, but I do think if you like killed him, in the middle of the season, you could still finish the show, and it was like the last season, and you finish the show out without him. I think that's possible.
Yeah. A little side note, a side thing. What do you think the boys' equivalent of the Suicide Squad would be in this world?
The Kill Yourself crew.
Kill Yourself crew. But
like name, or who would be on that team?
But like, you know how like they have their version of the Justice League, and like, we have like our version of Captain America. Like, what's the worst fucked up version of a Justice League, of a Suicide Squad?
It'd probably be half those
terrorists.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be okay. It'd be like they'd give Temp V to probably a bunch of either death row inmates or people that are so essentially people that would not be missed by society if they went missing.
Yeah.
And they're so far flung along like the legal ladder. Like people that are in ridiculous amounts of debt, or super desperate homeless people. Anyone they could take advantage of. That includes those within prison systems. That'd probably be like the first thing they go to because they own them. But they wouldn't shy away from using like other vulnerable any vulnerable, easy to abuse and manipulate party within the American justice system. They'd probably take advantage of. And like that relationship between Vought and the government, the closer that gets, the more they'd probably lean into it. And Vought probably owns a couple private prisons anyway, so you know.
I mean, they own a school. We're about to see that show. Speaking of which,
Right.
side note, they gave it that show a title called Generation V.
Okay.
That'll be coming soon.
Not a bad name. It reminds me of that. There was an X-Men spinoff that might have been called like Generation X
Oh,
or some
sorry. So
shit like
it's
that.
called Gen V, not Generation. Gen V.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's an old show like that. There was like a Marvel spinoff. I think it was called like Gen X or Gen 10 or something. That didn't get greenlit.
I guess yeah. Back to the season itself. I really enjoyed it. I think it's. I'm trying. I don't even know what my ranking is because I haven't watched the other two seasons in a while. But yeah, I think it's one of those shows that quality doesn't dip at all. It stays consistently good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Hero Gasm episode definitely stands the fuck out. I was hyped for Soldier Boy all season. I thought he was fantastic, top to bottom. Honestly, everyone was good. I don't.
A-Train getting a redemption. That was something I didn't see coming.
I don't know about a full redemption.
Right.
It's a half-hearted redemption at that. Well, heart being the key word here. Yeah, that blue. I guess a subplot. That was interesting. A-Train is still a shit heel, like an unlikable piece of fucking garbage. But he is experiencing some growth, like him actually apologizing to Huey. And then Huey just says "fuck no." I really like that three-way fight that we got with Huey, Soldier Boy, and Homelander. I thought
With
that was
Butcher,
cool.
yeah. Them all again.
Yeah, Butcher too. Well, that was a Hero Gasm. The whole Hero Gasm episode might have been my favorite of the season. That was great. The episode with all of Butcher's backstory was a fun ride. The subplot of Annie and trying to get the new member of the Seven and like the redemption of the Deep, that was interesting, especially because like how fast her friend got killed off. Which that show I thought was interesting, but then seeing all the behind the scene shit, the scripts, other two heroes that were clearly more qualified than that guy was, and I felt bad because he seemed like a nice guy, but I also was rooting for like the Muslim superhero chick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so, but I know they wouldn't because of how Vought is. Edgar getting sold out caught me off guard. That was an interesting surprise, and then we didn't really see him for the rest of the season.
I was shocked.
And what's funny too is that he still broke Homelander down with only words, and Homelander he's so broken that he can't even like physically overpower him just because of how much damage the words do to his ego.
Yeah. No, that was wild. That was a really great scene. Enjoyed watching that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the whole show, Edgar's Giancarlo Esposito, his acting is always, he never misses. I'm trying to think about what else we got. There's a lot across these 8 episodes, so they really use their time, I think, pretty good. There's not really a lot of dragging. Like the closest I can think of is like maybe Frenchie's subplot. It seems like it's built into something, but that's probably like quote unquote the weakest here, and it's still good. It's still engaging. But I think it was just kind of trying to find something for him to do, like the demons from his past come and haunt him.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think. Yeah, like what it came out to at the end, I enjoyed. But yeah, I would say that was out of everything going on in the season, that was the stuff that I cared the least about.
Yeah,
but the way it wrapped up was still good.
Yeah, like I like Mother's Milk story probably better than Frenchie's, just because I like Mother's Milk as a character. His vendetta with Soldier Boy, I think, has a lot of layers to it that we just can't get into.
Yeah.
I mean, in the show, like the show couldn't get into them, but you can like if you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the details that we did got, I thought were great. And then him battling with his ex-wife's terrible fucking choice. And from top, I'm like, this guy's a bitch, yo. When I saw the stepdad, like I was feeling the way Doctor Strange was feeling when he saw Christine's new husband. Like the minute The minute I saw it's like, hey, there goes the stepdad dressed as Homelander raising his daughter, I'm like, bitch ass nigga. Like,
Hell no.
nigga's a whole proud boy and shit.
Mm. I'm like, how? How did
Like,
you
you
get
moved on
him?
fast as fuck, sis. I know it's been like a year and some change, but who is this nigga?
Right. Like, how are you gonna have
And
him?
what?
Like, you know what Homelander? Like, I'm sure he has to know, right? She has to know, like, the
She
business.
has to know this nigga's like some MAGA wearing piece of
Well,
shit.
that, but she has to know how Mother's Milk feels about like the Seven and everything, and she would let that
Yeah,
around.
it's. I don't think he keep. I don't think he keeps his feelings about superheroes a particular secret. Him being with the
She
boys,
needs.
that's a different conversation.
I'm,
But him not liking the Seven, I mean, he's very open about that.
well, I don't think he's open to it about his daughter, but I think he probably open to it about his wife.
No, but yeah, to his wife. I mean, like you were saying,
Yeah,
or
I'm a
his
little shocked by
ex-wife.
that. I don't know.
Yeah, like
I don't know what he. Clearly, they're not together anymore. So, I mean, he did have a no, because
right.
isn't what broke them up was the fact that he was lying in season 2.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, he
pretty
was
sure.
out. I think he was out, and then they pulled him back in or something like that. Or like, no, he was on the
He was
run,
out.
and he had to. He was lying at some
Yeah,
point.
but
No. In season 1, he was out. Butcher brought him back in. He was lying, and then season 2, they were
mhm,
on the run.
yeah. And then his family got involved, and he said, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him. But like, Mother's Milk of the boys is probably my favorite of them, just because he's honestly like he's the one that doesn't want to be involved the most, but keeps getting pulled back into Butcher's bullshit, either for reasons that he owes him, or now with with the introduction of Soldier Boy, now it's personal.
Right.
But I will say though, when the stepdaddy was trying to talk cash shit and got popped in the face, that was probably one of my favorite moments of the season.
Yeah, that was
Talking
good.
about
He had like,
it's just like yeah, nigga was just like it's like well Amr is like well, she needs a father in her life. He's like yeah, but he said some sort of smart ass shit. It's like someone has to be the father, and he punched him in the face. I'm like, I deserve that.
yeah,
I beat his
you
ass.
wholly deserve that.
Fuck this nigga. Like,
Fuck him entirely.
especially at the end when he was the one cheering for Homelander lasering that dude down. I'm like, see, ain't shit niggas.
Right. He ain't shit.
You really ain't shit.
Yeah. So I think we did it. I think we talked about it. I think we hammered
Yeah,
out.
I mean, I think the only thing really left to mention is, I mean, the finale. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. I'd say,
Oh man,
yeah, we.
that finale. Yeah, how it was woven.
Oh man, Black Noir's arc, man, that was just sad.
That was tough. Yeah, that was
That
pretty
was
rough.
that was tough to watch because Black Noir was real to the end, and I hate the way that he went that they took out my boy. That was my boy.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, that was the whole intrigue between him, Soldier Boy, and Homelander, and then that mystery of wondering what the fuck was gonna happen when Homelander and Soldier Boy finally met again.
Mhm.
That was like the stuff. That was like probably. I think that finale was probably my favorite out of all the ones we've seen. It's because of the intrigue of it and like the different perspectives and alliances and like that was wild. Like the fact that we see
Yeah,
Homelander and Butcher firing at the same dude on the same team for
and
a
then they just
second, I was like, what?
and all they can do is just like look at each other.
Right. I was like, are we about to get a beat down with the both of them fighting Soldier Boy? That was about to be wild. Like, I can't imagine
Oh, bro,
those two
when
united.
fucking Soldier Boy was reading Homelander to filth, he's like, wait, but I'm from you. He's like, I know, and you're a fucking disappointment. He choked him.
I was like, yo.
I was like, hey, yo, chill, that's your son. I know, you're a fucking disappointment. It's like the way he ripped into him. It's a damn shame I wasn't in your life. See how much of a fucking pussy you've become. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? God damn. He's like,
What
wait,
did
but
that
you have a
mean?
grandson. He's like, and he said, fuck that kid.
He
punted him through the wall.
He threw his ass through the wall. And Butcher was like, nah, deal's off him. I'm out of here. You're going down because you killed my adopted son, essentially. Or you hurt him, my adopted son. Yeah, so that was crazy. And then Maeve, I will say I kind of wish Maeve died. I wish she would have kind of went out. But
yeah, but I'm also glad that like basically it should have went one of two ways. Either you kill Maeve, or they functionally killed her off, but she got a happy ending, which is I think the best of both worlds. You know, she's out of the game and she's off the table, and she's out of the shit, which I'm okay with that. That somebody kind of got a happy ending, because that's what we talked about. Is at the end of the season, the boys don't really have a W. The only one who really kind of comes out okay is Maeve.
Yeah, the boys lost in season 1. They won in season 2, and they lost in season 3.
Yeah.
So I would say, try to think what would happen in season 3, because like Homelander is essentially like fully embracing and not hiding anymore. And out of the 7, there's only 3 of these motherfuckers left. We only have the Deep, Homelander, and A-Train left. So they got to fill up that if they want to continue that brand.
Yeah, how you to 7 with 3 niggas?
Right.
Literally 3 niggas.
You have less than half. That's some bad.
Less than half, and it's all men.
All men. You got to get some of your diversity quotas up. Huh?
Right. 2 white men at that.
Right.
Starlight's gone. He said, "Fuck y'all." Maeve is functionally dead, and dead to the world as far as they know.
I feel like by the end of it, I feel like A-Train and the Deep are gonna come around and maybe not.
Kill them niggas.
Join the boys. I don't think they're gonna join the boys ever, but I feel like they're gonna be like, "Yo, fuck Homelander," because try to be.
I would be perfectly okay with the both of them dying at some point.
I wouldn't be mad. I thought they were about to kill A-Train. I feel like if he had died right there,
I thought they were too. I was ready for his ass to go, but then they put that racist heart in him. And I'm like, all right, that was a clever workaround. Just the way that Jesse T. Usher is made A-Train such an unlikable piece of shit. This from the first episode, you don't like this man,
right.
And they've kept it running.
I was like, I don't know, maybe you're a little harder on it than me, but I was like, obviously he was. I'm not fully on. It's still fuck A-Train because of everything he's done, but I'm like, he's trying. Like he's a piece of shit, but he's trying to change.
He's a bitch. He's a whole bitch.
Okay. Let me ask you, what cemented it like firmly for you that this like no matter what this man does, fuck this dude.
The bullshit that happened at the you know what it was?
What?
The commercial.
Oh, the commercial.
That Kylie Jenner ass commercial.
He was trying to do what he thought was right in
he wasn't.
The platform that he could. No,
he was doing it for clout, and you know it.
You're right. He's totally doing it for clout.
Because then he had that bullshit with Blue Falcon, Blue Hawk, or whatever the fuck, where he brought him to that community center in a room full of niggas. Like
he was trying to do the right thing. He thought he was doing the right thing.
Bro,
he misguided.
No, dude, he did that to protect his image. You know it, I know it. He's a bitch.
He wanted him to be fired, but they knew he wouldn't get fired. So it was like, okay, I have to find some sort of middle ground. And then he brought him there. And then
it took until his brother got paralyzed for him to literally drag this nigga for filth. It wasn't even that. It was just because he got pissed off at Herogasm and took his ass outside to become one with the pavement.
Yeah, I mean, they did. Like, yeah. I don't know. I think they're going to continue in season 4. They're going to try to continue on the path of trying to redeem A-Train.
I'm not saying that because of how good the writing is, I'm not saying that now the Deep, he's irredeemable. I'm not saying they can't redeem. That nigga's super weird and a rapist, but weird. Like, yeah, he's a rapist, a bitch, and weird. Like, and stupid too. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Who keeps failing upwards in life. But it's like, here's the thing: as good as the writing is, I think they could redeem A Train. But for now, he's a bitch. And it's fuck A Train. It's fuck A Train forever until the writing proves me it convinces me otherwise. Now the Deep, it's actually fuck the Deep forever. Like bury this nigga in a box.
So what was worse for you? What was worse for you? The Kylie Jenner commercial or A Train to Africa?
Oh, A Train to Africa for sure. For sure.
Like, bro.
Actually, just the you know why? Because that was where that ugly ass kente cloth fake ass hotep ass costume came from.
Oh,
where
bruh.
Every nigga that looked at it, that's like, the fuck happened with your costume? What the hell are you wearing, bro?
Bruh, just imagine.
Like, I'm trying to rebrand. I'm like, rebrand for who, nigga?
Bruh, imagine somebody showed
Dr. Umar Johnson. Like,
imagine someone showed up the blurred con in that ugly ass suit, but trying to be A Train.
I would know for sure they were joking. I think I saw somebody dressed as A Train in the blue suit. I would know they were joking. For sure. I'm like, damn, bro, you got a great sense of humor.
Right, you're bold for that one. You know, I want to see someone dressed up as Django. That'd be cool.
Which costume?
Ooh, I think the one he wears at the end.
Like, velvet one.
The velvet one with like the round glasses. Yeah,
you should do it.
Maybe I will.
Can't nobody stop you.
You're right. Yeah, I will be Django.
Anything else for the boys before we do a little Stranger Things and get out?
No, I think we talked all the boys. I think we talked it all.
Yeah, it was great show. Continues to be great. God bless them.
Yeah.
Keep it up. If I only could make a deal with Netflix to not have this fucking 12-hour show. God damn.
Right. You ready to run up that hill? It's a big one.
I'd be huffing and puffing like Miss Marvel just...
Right.
Oh,
girl,
okay.
You know you don't got no super stamina. Come on now. Find more effective ways to travel.
First question up. All right, here's my first question up top before we get into the spoiler review. If you had to pick a song to get you out of Vecna's spell, what would it be?
Ooh.
What is the song that would need to play?
Ooh. So okay. So what's the parameters of the song again? Is it like my favorite song, or is it a song that I know all the words to? The song that gets me hyped? Like what are we?
Whatever you think will bring you out of the spell. It could be any of those metrics.
It came to me immediately. I was just trying to figure what the parameters were. My song to get me out of Vecna's spell would be "Wild Wild West" by Will Smith.
Hey yo! Yes! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
That would for sure 1,000% be my song.
Jim West.
Like, bro, he's like, imagine he has me pinned up to the wall. His hand's about to go on my head. And you just hear, you just hear that hum.
That would for sure pull me out. I'll give you that. That'll wake my ass up. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a goddamn minute.
That's the best.
So when he outlawed trying to draw,
none of this.
Drawing a West with a pen and a pad.
God is brother. God is James West. Name of the West. Remember the name. Now who you gonna call? Not the GB. Now who you gonna call? GWD.
If you're ever with people want to bust, break out before you
get bum rushed. That the Wild Wild West. Yes, yes, sir. Okay, can you guess what my song would be?
I don't know. I feel like it's on Meg Thee Stallion.
We're half correct.
I'm half correct. Is it Wet Ass Pussy?
You're half correct. It is Wet Ass Pussy. The way, nigga, if they played WAP while I'm trapped in his spell, I would beat that nigga to death with his own tentacles.
Yeah, WAP, nigga, drop. So
the way I would break out of those vines and just choke him to death. with his own. What is he doing?
Bro, how
What
did
is?
I know? How did it
Who's,
was that
who's
legit?
yelling about vagina? The way I would just have him in an arm bar and a chokehold, just like you're going to hell, buddy, and I'm taking you with me. Like I would choke him to death, fueled by Meg the Stallion. I'd be like, from the top, make it drop. That's some wet ass pussy. Crack and just snap his neck right there.
I see you do it one of two ways. Like you either got like you gotta like have him on your back and you have like the tentacle around his neck. And you either do it like that's some wet ass pussy, like you yell
Yeah,
pussy,
just flip
or you
him
like,
over.
or it's like one of those silent moments. You just like whisper in his ear, "That's some wet ass pussy," and then you're like you fuck him up.
Oh no, it'd be like a Man of Steel. I just like have him, and I'd lean down and just in the sides like that's some wet ass pussy, and then snap, and you'd hear an echo throughout the realms. The bats would start falling out of the sky. Be like, what the fuck did you do? It's like I did what had to be done in the name of the Father, the Son, and some real hot girl shit. Like there would be nothing stopping me from killing this man.
No.
I would for sure murder him. It'd be like, yeah, we ain't got to worry about nothing. What happened in there? I killed him.
With what?
How do you know he's dead for sure? Oh, I decapitated. I got his head right here. You want it?
What did you kill him with?
You think I'm himself?
But what did you kill him with? The power of
Just like
wet ass pussy.
I just hold up my palms. I'm like these hands, like
These paws here.
yeah. I would. Ooh, I would destroy that nigga.
How did
Like,
I
he
know?
wouldn't have a chance.
How did I know it would make the stallion for you?
Because you know my spirit,
I did.
my hot boy at heart.
Your heart boy energy. Yeah.
Bro. I don't know how this happened, but I have like 2 Meg the Stallion plushies. I ordered
Do
one.
you really? I never knew that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I didn't order 2. I ordered 1. I got 2 because I don't know. God's favor shines highly upon thee. It's not my paychecks, but sometimes. Yeah, no, it sits across my bed on my chessboard. Let's actually talk about this show. Season 4 of Stranger Things dropped. Part 1 in early June, part 2 in early July. How did we feel about it? I mean, I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was great. I was invested from beginning to end. This show happened to drop the same night as Obi-Wan, and I was like, "Fuck that nigga!" And I watched 7 episodes in one night.
I agree, low key.
I did not give a fuck about Obi-Wan, and I made the correct decision because Stranger Things was fantastic. It was phenomenal.
It was better. I give you that.
It was better. Yeah, I love that we got to flesh out the characters. It kind of felt a la Infinity War with everyone kind of being separate places. And then I think, yeah, from the beginning to end, it kind of really had me engrossed from everything that happened with Chrissy. You know, I loved from the jump. I loved Eddie as a character. I loved the new addition. Yeah, it was nice to be back with these characters who we spent 3 years with after so long. We spent 3 years, then we spent another 3 years not with them, in real time. And yeah, they came back with a vengeance that didn't disappoint. They gave us a physical humanoid villain. They gave us the further development of all these characters and what they were in their relationships. They gave us the return of Hopper, which was cool to see him. I would say though I enjoyed every part of this show, I would say maybe his was the least essential to the proper plot.
Yeah,
And
but
actually,
cool,
no,
though.
a combination of his plot and the California plot. But that being said,
I'd say the California plot was
the least until it came into play.
Yeah, it was the least important until okay. I think the beginning of the California plot is interesting. The end of the California plot is essential. The middle is boring as shit. At least for the Alaska Russia mission, it's not necessary, but it is interesting start to finish, I would say, to watch.
Yeah.
versus the California one where I think it drags a lot in the middle and they're trying to figure out a lot of what to do. Which
Yeah, the whole
I
thing
think
about them going to Susie's house, I'm like, okay, like this feels like something out of a different franchise. Feels
mhm.
like something from like a high school like road trip movie, which I guess they were kind of going for, but it just had no semblance of like
It didn't really
supernatural
have a lot of
struggle.
weight, even except for like the siege on the house. But even still, it wasn't like
There had no
I don't
weight,
know.
intrigue, or urgency to that plot.
hmm Because because they're so far removed from all the other shit. There's not really a lot of weight to it. Because the big thing is it's about 11, not like Mike or Will or uh, Will's brother or anything. So it's like there's a motivation for the characters, but there's not a lot of weight per se because they don't know about all the other shit that's going on.
Yeah, they have a plot with 11, and they have a plot about 11.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like the plot with basically the parts of the plot for the California stuff with 11 are fine, but once you remove her from the equation, it's kind of boring, which is a shame.
No, I would
Because
say I personally didn't get bored watching that stuff because fucking I liked Argyle. I think Argyle was probably my second favorite new addition next to Eddie.
really,
Yeah, I really enjoyed him.
he was just a stoner to me.
Oh, bro. I mean, yeah, I live in California, bro. Like,
I know. These are
I'm like,
half of
I
your
don't like. I feel like
neighbors,
I've seen this guy before. I'd kick it with him.
right?
He's fun. He's fun to me. But
Right, and then
but
I
he's
mean, I
up.
think the
But
biggest thing is like they didn't linger on it. I felt like either. Like they would. So it's the weakest, but like I wasn't too bored. Like either something was going on with Will or they're running away from the Apostapas or whatever. So this
bro,
was
that shit.
essentially it was fine by the end of it. I didn't hate it.
Bro, that shit. What did he say? Yeah, because when they're talking about like, she has to get in like the salt or whatever, and Argyle said,
Mhm.
"Yeah, you have to cleanse the body to enter the mind." That shit tripped me up. That shit was so funny. You have to
Um,
cleanse the body to enter the mind, my dude. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good way to break it down. Is like we got like four different plots going on. So we had the California plot, which I like the setup and I like the end. I guess, where it breaks off is all the stuff with 11 and her flashbacks, which maybe we did talk lightly about it last time. But it like fucking blew me away how they did the visual effects for 11. Apparently, there are a fuck ton of effects in this show.
yeah.
I didn't even notice because like
They pulled the Captain America First Avenger with her.
it did it because like I didn't think much about it until I was watching part two, and I'm like, wait a minute, none of this has been B-roll so far. How did they do this? Because like I thought at first it was B-roll, but then I realized there was so much of it. I'm like, no, this is new. How did
Wait,
they
really?
de-age her?
Even
So
the
I'm just
shots where they would go in between showing Little 11 and Big 11 in the first half. You
no,
thought that was,
I'm saying it wasn't B-roll.
you know what I'm saying, but you thought it was B-roll.
Right, no, that's the thing because like I wasn't paying it that much mind or attention. I'm just like, wow, they must have gotten a really good budget for the, you know. So it's like, wow, they really shot a lot of shit, and they're just like putting her in different places with that old B-roll, huh? No, I wasn't. And then it hit me in part two. I'm just like, this can't be B-roll. This has got to be something else. Like, cause like you could like rotoscope and cut in place like and change lighting on B-roll. It's like in a controlled lighting environment with like artificial lights. So if they just took old, you know, clips and snippets of her crying and bleeding and shit, like I could believe that, but and then they like shot new footage around it. But I'm like, man, how the fuck? Like by the end of it, I'm like, how do you do that? I won't even hold you. This is probably like the best de-aging method I've ever seen. I know how they pulled it off now. They had like you said, they Captain America did. They used Millie Bobby Brown's face on some tiny bald headed girl's head, and it just worked. It was very impressive. Oddly enough, they had to thicken up David Harbour for a couple scenes,
I think they
like a
put
couple brief
prosthetics
flashbacks.
on him or put some CGI.
Yeah, it was prosthetics. You're right.
Yeah, because he got fit for this season. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he looked great. You know, shout outs to him and his workout ethic. Like he looked really good.
Yeah, bro. I mean, outside of the show, like just watching interviews with him, I'd want to kick it with David Harbour. He was like a really cool dude.
Yeah, can we? His acting this season was just like. I mean, he's always been good. Don't get me wrong. I've never had any issues with his acting at all. But I don't know. He seemed more confident. Maybe because he's had some big. Maybe because of how big his like star has gotten. It seems like he really like carried more in his acting bag with this one.
Yeah, because I think they gave him something different to do. You know, we've seen Hopper, the cop that just lost his family. You know, we've seen Hopper who's become a dad. Now we're seeing Hopper who's in prison and he's on the end of his rope. We've seen like a hopeless Hopper. Not for a liberation joke here, but yeah, I thought he was great the entire run until he got hope, you know, and then like right when him and what's one of the writer's character's name again?
Oh,
it's not Grace. It's
Mom.
Yeah, when him and Mom reunited, I was like, there's the Hopper. There's the Hopper we know. Because like for the majority of the season to me, he didn't feel like Hopper. And I think that was just because the characters we know Hopper to be around weren't there. And plus, like, you know, him with the bald hair, not really having the facial hair. He looks like a very different character. But yeah, no, I think he really killed it this season. Speaking of MVPs of the season, can we give what's his name?
What the hell is her character's name? I can't remember it. I'm trying to find it.
Not Gracie. It's killing me. Tyler McLaughlin. Is that the kid's name? Who plays Lucas?
Who plays Lucas? It's not Caleb McLaughlin.
McLaughlin.
Oh yeah. Lucas was great in terms of acting. But God, he was acting his ass off in them second parts.
He really was.
Like I've always known he was a good actor, especially seeing him in the New Edition story. But fucking hell, he killed it. He was amazing in those last two.
I think maybe because of the scope of everything that was going on, his kind of story about kind of finding acceptance and like his path in high school got overshadowed by the rest of the plot. But I think they did a really good job of bringing it around to the end when he was in the house with Max. And like where he started at the beginning of the season versus where he is at the end of the season. I think his turn from wanting to be part of the team and his internal conflict about being with his friends versus them, it was kind of like a flick of a switch decision where like he just fully went with the old gang. But I think the payoff of that and him straight up opposing the cool kids he wanted to be a part of was very satisfying to see in his arc.
Yeah. No, Joyce. Jesus Christ. Her name is Joyce Byers.
Bro, if someone put a gun to my head and asked me what that woman's name was, I would be dead,
right, I would have folded, bro. What's the name of Winona Ryder's character on Stranger Things? Karen, Stacy,
Blau,
Jessica. Fuck. Oh no, but I think as usual the kids are good. Caleb McLaughlin was definitely a standout. He's one that definitely just keeping an eye on in terms of like career and shit. I haven't seen Concrete Cowboy, but heard positive things. Yeah, I mean, think about just like acting wise, all straight, all good. Plot wise, it all held my attention considering how long as fuck these episodes were. I'm surprised. People have fallen in love with Eddie, which I guess is kind of surprising to me. Like, I like Eddie, don't get me wrong, but he just seems like quirky old character who had one of the most telegraphed deaths I've ever seen. He was giving this big speech about to Dustin, just like, "Hey man, I love you, bro. Don't be a hero," and just went on and on for 5 minutes. I'm like, his ass is dead. For sure he's dead.
Also, before he died, you called it.
Yeah, I called that shit. When they were like making the weapons and everything, I'm like, he's dead. He's for sure dead. And I thought they were gonna kill Max, too.
I thought they were gonna kill Steve.
Steve, I thought they might have killed him too. He was losing a lot of blood. That's why I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah. Dude, when he
I'm
got
like,
bit
I
by
don't know if
those
he's
things, I was like, "Oh, you're definitely dead, homie."
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
He
he's
never went
losing.
back
I'm
to
like,
that.
yeah, I'm just like, he's losing a lot of blood. I don't think he's gonna make it out of this one.
Yeah, they just they
he
just put some band-aids on him. He's fine.
he
He
powered
don't
through.
get any infection from getting bit up by other ultra-dimensional bats or anything.
Yeah, that's just never addressed that one, huh?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, acting was good. The storylines. I wish we got a little bit more attention on the whole Will being gay subplot. Not that it's like a major focal point or really needs to be, but like this man was crying in his palm at one point.
I had another friend when I talked to another friend about it. He thinks he might be asexual.
Will or Mike?
Will.
Really?
Yeah, because
the subtext
I
to me
felt
was.
I felt the subtext was gay as well.
Yeah, the subtext was clearly. I mean, the first sign should have been the way he recoiled at that cute ass girl in their high school who like tried to footsie him and he snatched his foot away. And I'm like, hey, all right, bro, chill.
That could be asexual too. You could not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's sex repulsed asexuals, but like, god damn, but like the way he was balling in his hand
because he's
over
different.
Mike.
Because he doesn't feel those things. He's different.
This
There's
is
no
no
word
disrespect.
for it yet.
This is no disrespect to the Duffer Brothers or the asexual community. I do not think they are that creative. I'm sorry. I don't think they are clever enough to try and do an asexual plotline.
No, I totally think he's gay too. I was playing devil's advocate because
no, I know, because I'm over here thinking I'm just like here's because like BoJack Horseman has pretty solid asexual representation, and from the few that I've seen, it's kind of closer to that. Like I don't think you'd be that heartbroken because the nigga didn't like you that you were friends with.
Can't fuck your boy.
Yeah,
it's just when you can't fuck your boy.
Right, because it's like, oh man, he's in love with his girlfriend, and I don't have any attraction. I don't have any sexual attraction at all, and I don't know. It's not adding up subtextually. Is all I'm saying.
He loves her, but I love him, and I can never be happy.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, I guess he could be asexual, homo-romantic, technically.
Gay, bro.
Yeah, no, he's gay. I'm sorry, the Duffer Brothers I don't think are clever enough to be like, we're going to put an asexual character in the show.
But I wonder why they were upfront. I guess because they revealed it last season. I was like, why are they more upfront about the Robin being gay stuff than they were about Will's being gay? I don't know. Maybe they're gonna say.
Yeah, I think that's just because they addressed it last season.
So what's gonna happen is they're gonna kill 11 next season, and then Mike and Will are finally gonna get together. That's the plan. That's what they're gonna do.
Mike does not like that boy.
He gonna learn. He gonna learn today.
First of all, I'll be damned if Mike gets together with a boy that wears a bowl cut in the 9th grade. His mama does not love him.
No, he's gonna glow up and realize that he likes him. He's gonna switch that haircut up. He's gonna become more modern with it.
Sure the fuck hope so. Oh God, do we want to talk about the bullshit with Noah Schnapp?
Bullshit with what? What about it? What? I don't know what happened.
You don't know about the Doja Cat shit?
No.
It happened while we were out of town.
What? What happened? I didn't hear about this.
Wait, okay. This is a detour from the Stranger Things shit. Which great season.
That's
good storylines,
right? Noah Schnapp.
Yes.
Okay.
So, my evil twin, Doja Cat. If you don't know, Doja Cat is my evil twin. We share the exact same birthday. But she DM'd Noah Schnapp to get some info on how to contact the actor that plays Eddie because she has a crush on him.
Oh.
And Noah Schnapp publicly aired out the fact that this grown ass woman hit his DMs to try and get info about a nigga who has a publicly open Instagram.
Oh, what?
So, and then Doja got mad because he publicized the DMs.
Oh.
And I'm like, Doja, you just sound goofy. you messaged a literal child because Noah Schnapp is still 17 to get contact info for one of his castmates when you could have just hit that nigga in his own DMs, which were not hard to find, mind you. I didn't even. His name is Joseph Quinn is the actor.
But wait,
I did not remember.
Is she friends with Noah Schnapp, or was she friends with him? Did she know him?
I don't think she knew him like that. I think it was a famous person hitting up another famous person.
I think maybe she was nervous about it. Maybe he's like, maybe he doesn't know who I am.
Nigga, it's Joseph Quinn.
No, I'm saying maybe Doja Cat was nervous that Joseph Quinn didn't know who she was.
Who cares?
But yeah, I heard nothing about this. That's hilarious.
Yeah, all this shit went down like while we were at Blurred. It was funny as fuck because I'm like, sis, you look goofy. What do you do? Like, because here's the thing, I didn't remember Joseph Quinn's name. I just googled Eddie nigga from Stranger Things Instagram, and it was the first thing to come up. It's right there. Like, or you have a manager, just have your manager hit up his manager and get his number. Like, there were like 15 other ways to go about this, and you just did not. You got to hold an L on this one, because not only did all of this go public now, and now you look dumb, you also look weird because you literally, I think, is he the only one left at 17? Let's see. Ben Wolfhard is 19. Billy Bobby Brown is 18.
All I know is Joseph
Missouri
is about to blow the fuck up after this.
Yeah. Kill him. Yeah, you hit up literally the only child left on the cast. Look, like, all of these other niggas are either 18 or up. We hit up the one 17-year-old left. I was just like, hey, can you get me in contact with your castmate? Like, first of all, in season 4, I don't think Will and Eddie even met.
No, they didn't.
So why would you ask him? Like, you at the minimum, you should have asked fucking God Matarazzo, because at least they were in a scene together.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe she's just going off who she know. I don't know why she has a friendship with him.
She went to his DMs. Just go to any of these other niggas' pages that, you know, shared a scene with, like, God damn. Oh my God. It was just dumb. It was just dumb shit. I'm like, sis, you just look dumb. And now you're mad at him for posting this. It's like, yeah, girl, because you look weird. That's like if one of my homegirls hit up your sister through her DMs to talk to you. Would that not be fucking weird, bro?
That would be odd. That would be pretty weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is she still retiring from music, or is that all cap?
I think that's cap.
Okay, because I know she said that, but like, she's been in the public eye still, but I don't know if she's released anything new.
She did that Vegas song for the Elvis movie.
Okay, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, pretty good. I don't know. Do we have anything left about Stranger Things? Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Stranger things are happening. Uh, Please tell me you know that song.
I do not believe I do.
You don't, bro. You need to get on Thames, bro. You need to listen to some Thames.
I do actually. I like her voice. She's
Crazy,
gorgeous
crazy
too.
things. She
She
is.
looked
She's
like
crazy.
she looked like Nala from Lion King. Have you seen that picture?
No, I haven't, but I believe it though.
Yeah, look up a picture of her next to Nala. They look just alike. Beautiful, beautiful woman, beautiful voice.
She's gorgeous.
Uh,
Listen to the
yeah,
song "Crazy Things" by Thames.
okay. I have to check it out.
Stranger things are happening. What do you think about
Is
Vecna?
she the one that did like these are the things that you cannot find?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. She be singing. I really like Vecna. The Henry Keel thing was a pleasant surprise by the end of part one. I really like that, I guess, twist. Which, when you look back, you're like, oh, the signs were there. That's interesting build-up. Um, him being the overarching villain is interesting. Interesting semi retcon, but Jamie Campbell Bower did fucking. He also did the voice of Vecna. He's
Oh,
really
yeah.
talented.
Well, he was playing Vecna.
I know, but I didn't realize like I saw a video of him doing the voice in the booth. I didn't realize that
Oh,
was like his voice with not a lot of modulation to it. Like that, like yeah, there's some editing, of course, but like that's mostly his. He can just hit that lower timbre.
oh wow.
Yeah,
I've
like
never seen him
there's a
before.
video.
He's talented.
Yeah, there's like a video of him, I think, doing ADR, and you see him just like, look at that boy over there, and I'm just like, God damn. Okay, bro, you got it.
We love to
No,
see you.
yeah, it's like it's giving range. We love to see it. No, he's very very good. Um, yeah, he's a lovely addition. Just I really liked Vecna as a villain. His premise was interesting. The whole spells and the way that he tortured the cast was really cool. Him being directly tied to 11 in the lore, um, I don't know. It makes things a lot more cyclical and connected, but in a way that doesn't like bother me. So
Yeah.
now pieces are starting to be put into place, and knowing that evidently he was the one that created the.
And player.
Yeah, I almost called it the Ender Dragon. Yeah, I thought it. So in that scene where they showed it, I thought it was the other way around, where the Mind Flayer corrupted him. But no, apparently that was a creature there, and he just like took advantage of it. I'm like, oh fuck. Okay.
Yeah. No, he weaponized that thing. Uh, yeah, and then gave it shape. Wow, it's trippy.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll fight in the Upside Down next season.
Hmm.
All I know is we're gearing up for something big, as the season finale implies.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's gonna be a time jump of some kind.
Which is fine. I wonder how far they're gonna jump because I know they mentioned a time jump, especially with the actors getting older. But I'm wondering how far can you jump with how. It seems like that's a very immediate thing that they have to address.
Right. Well, we know exactly. No, because yeah, with
And
the Faro
unless
thing
they
up, like unless they do like
like a
one of those
Resident
things where
Evil
it's like it's post-apocalyptic at
post-apocalyptic
this
thing,
point. Yeah.
which they might. I'm okay if they swing that way because part one very much reminded me of Nightmare on Elm Street, but part two really reminded me of Resident Evil, like a lot.
Yeah.
So if they lean harder into the tone of part two and make it basically the Upside Down is bleeding into I almost call it Haverford. What's the name of the town?
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they make it like tie into Hawkins, and almost like Hawkins is in like a bubble or something, I think that'll lead to some very interesting narrative telling. Like the government traps Hawkins under a dome, and the citizens have to like fend for themselves in this weird like post-apocalyptic bubble separated from the rest of America. They don't know what to do.
Yeah. I'm curious, man. So okay, so season one starts in November 1983.
Mm.
This is roughly November 1986. Do we think in the time jump they're gonna go into the 90s, or you think they're gonna keep it all in the 80s?
Maybe they're gonna keep it all in the 80s. I'm
I imagine
guessing
the furthest they go is
88. I'm guessing
80.
they're gonna. Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna be at 88.
I'm gonna say 89. We'll come back to this podcast and find out who's right.
Okay. Yeah. They fuck around and just be 87. It's like, damn.
Bro, because I think I saw an interview with David Harbour, and they said they don't even start filming until next year, which means that we won't even get it until 2024.
At the earliest.
I think at the earliest, yeah.
But no, you're right.
I'm curious what these spin-offs are going to be too, because apparently Finn Wolfhard guessed it already, and I'm like, damn, if they haven't even finished with season 5 and he's guessed it, but I don't know if he has some insider information or based off of what we know currently. Like, what could season 5? What could the spinoff possibly be? Can't even imagine.
I guess that's something minorly we could bring up. The Duffer Brothers are starting a production studio known as Upside Down Productions, and including a Stranger Things spinoff. They are also working on a Death Note series. And I told you I am of mixed minds about this because if you do it the way I say you do it, it could be great. If you do it the way that Netflix tried to do it last time, I guarantee you will fail. You will tarnish your name.
No,
do not. Huh?
No, just repeating what you were saying, but do not.
Oh, yeah. Do not try and do another fucking direct adaptation of Light versus L conflict. No one has gotten it right in live action. You will not get it right in live action because you keep focusing on the book and not on the characters and not on the philosophical and psychological battle that's about. It is a cat and mouse crime noir thriller with supernatural elements. It is not just a supernatural story. The way you go about doing a good Death Note show is you make an anthology series and have the Death Note fall in different circumstances with different people of different moralities and different cultural backgrounds. It is the easiest fucking story to write because all of the other spin-offs that have involved the Death Note, that is a one-shot where it falls in the hands of a Japanese teenager and then it turns into almost World War III and Donald Trump gets the book. But he makes people millionaires in the process and dies a martyr. It's pretty good. There's another one with the Death Eraser. The first spin-off is not about Light Yagami, like the prototype version of the story. So it's like, stop focusing on the book and focus on what happens when you give either empowered or disenfranchised or the 1% like the power to control life. You know, what happens if you give the power of God in the hands of mortals? That is a very easy premise to work with if you have good writers. You essentially have Black Mirror with supernatural shit. What are the ramifications of these actions? It's easy to do, but niggas don't listen to me. Do stupid shit.
I trust the Duffer Brothers. I think they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I feel like they're smart enough writers to know not to fuck it up, and I think that they take character first seriously.
Yeah, like if I absolutely had to trust somebody to maybe do a decent job, it would either be them or Mike Flanagan. They're both good. They're both pretty good about like doing interesting enough character work. So, and they can do longer form storytelling. It's interesting. So it's like the Duffer Brothers with Stranger Things have managed so far to do a decent balance of like the supernatural elements with driving the characters, even the ones that, you know, could use a little bit more attention. But it's just like that's more so the result of them having really big cast. But that's grown over the course of 4 seasons. So that's, you know, so and they may be producing. We don't even know who the writing team is. We don't have any other information. But if they're the ones, that's one I think I would prefer them to handle more directly. versus maybe passing it off to somebody unless it's somebody that they somebody that's really really good. But essentially, have Death Note be your Twilight Zone, like a supernatural Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I would be down for that. I don't know much
Yeah.
about Death Note, but the way you describe it, I'm down for that.
Yeah, I think you probably enjoy the show. It has like enough weird shit to be interesting, but it's also a pretty engaging story for the first part, and then the second part, it's not bad, but it is weaker. And I think I would be curious to see what your criticisms would be about just like the whole thing in general.
Yeah, I'd be curious too. Yeah, I feel like I would like it. I feel like I would like Death Note.
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. But yeah, I don't know what else do we have to say about Stranger Things.
It's great. Can't wait for the next season.
Oh yeah, I agree. I really like this season. Might be my second favorite season after season one. But this, weirdly enough, I think this is one that's like I don't revisit shows a lot. It's like I could maybe see myself revisiting this season just because it's so
Probably,
like.
I'd probably revisit season one. I wouldn't be mad doing a rewatch before the next season comes out. Like in preparation.
You are stronger than me.
I haven't rewatched them since they came out, so I don't even know.
I haven't either. Yeah, it's I'm not a huge.
I'm watching Thor 2 right now, so I can handle rewatches if enough time has passed.
Yeah, me rewatching something is actually pretty, or replaying something is like pretty rare. Like I have to be very, very. I have to really, really fuck with it to want to see it more than once.
Except for Doctor Strange 2.
Okay, that was circumstantial. Yeah, you're right. That and like some of the Jurassic Worlds, that's more so just like either circumstantial or like petty shit. It's like, yeah. Even my favorite movies of all time, I haven't watched an insane amount. Like throughout my whole life, I've probably watched Jurassic Park, maybe 10 times at most. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Have you watched No Way Home at all?
Did I see it twice? I feel like I did. I'm pretty sure I did. How do I feel? I feel like I saw it twice.
Did you see the Batman twice?
No, because that shit is 3 hours long. I would watch it again if I had like if I was in the mood for it. I love the Batman. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed that movie.
Do you know how many times I've seen the Batman?
3.
From start to finish.
3.
No.
How many?
5.
Jesus Christ.
I saw it 5 times in theaters. It's a long fucking movie.
That's a lot. It's 3 hours.
3 of them were circumstantial though. The other 2 were for leisure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't rewatch things that often unless I feel like there's more I'm gonna like. I've only seen Dune once, and I like that movie.
Same. I probably won't rewatch it again until the second one comes out.
I probably won't rewatch it. I don't rewatch movies.
I can swing it.
Yeah, I don't rewatch movies often. Like I love Amazing Spider-Man. I've rewatched that 2 or 3 times. Not that much. And I own that on Blu-ray.
I think I've seen TASM 2 more times.
Annihilation is one of my favorite movies of all time. I've literally only watched that once.
What's the MCU movie you think you've seen the most?
If I had to guess, Iron Man.
1?
Yeah.
I think mine would either be. It might be Avengers 1 or Infinity War. Those might be.
It's like it's hard for me to rewatch something because I remember enough of the major plot beats that I don't get interested. And there's not much more for me to like get from it other than maybe nostalgic experiences, unless I'm in like a theater.
I think for me, yeah, I think that's the 2 reasons. Well, one of them would be if it's opening weekend, I like the movie. and I wanted to rewatch it and experience the crowd's experience, that'd be a reason I'd go rewatch a movie. I think I think for movies like that are more heady, I think I like to see them more than once. Like for example, I didn't really fall in love with Everything Everywhere all at once until the second time I saw it.
Oh, see,
I
I
thought it
fell in
was
love. See, now that's something I wouldn't mind watching again because I would want to watch it with like other. I mean, I saw it with a friend. It's like I wouldn't mind watching that again just to see what more I can catch. Because
okay.
there,
Okay. I like watching movies twice because the first time you're discovering everything, the second time you see what they're trying to do from the beginning, and I think it's a different experience in my opinion.
I think for me, usually on the first go round, I do most of both. I usually discover and catch it at the same time. So a second watch
You
doesn't
can't
do as
though.
much for me.
How do you discover and catch it at the same time? Because like,
Be in front of my
'cause
face.
I know that, but like, for example, if there's a twist in a movie, right, and the twist at the end of the movie changes the entire context of the movie that you watched. If you go back and rewatch the movie with that new context, it's a different experience.
I just think back to what I just watched. Because exactly what you described is why I slightly prefer Us over Get Out because of the twist at the end. The implication recontextualizes everything else in the movie, so I just think back to everything that I saw, and it makes it really fucked up for me.
So you haven't rewatched Us again since you first saw it.
I haven't rewatched Us, but I do remember it.
Man, go rewatch Us.
I remember the fucking movie. What I'm supposed to do is just like, oh, she snapped off beat. Oh, there was all this
Okay,
awful shit that
what
happened. Like,
happens? What happens in 227 in the movie? Go.
you tell me what happens in 227 in the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's why we watch movies.
I don't remember it down to the minute. I remember the core beats and shit.
I like rewatching scenes for Easter eggs and whatnot. You know what? To each our own, bro. To each our
Yeah,
own.
yeah.
We ain't
I
never
don't.
rewatching a movie together. That's
It depends on what it is. Like, here's the thing. I don't think it's bad that other people rewatch movies. It's just something I don't do. Even for my favorite movies of all time, I don't do it that much because I would rather watch something else that's like different or new. Like, I have a game that is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm replaying that. This is the first one. It got an HD remaster. So, two, it's like, yeah, this is my first time replaying that game, and like, it came out like 2007. I'm slowly working my way back through all three of them shits. It's like
just
and that.
reminded me. Another context in which I'd rewatch a movie is if it's something that had a twist that I really fucked with. That's not necessarily in theaters, but I wanted to watch a friend react to that movie. I would rewatch it with them.
I think that's fair. Like
I did that. I did that with Last of Us 2. I replayed the entire game. I watched my friend play the entire game so I could experience his experience of the game.
I'd probably consider rewatching something if there's more to catch. Like I'm definitely due to rewatch Annihilation. Just because like I do think there is more to catch. It, like you pointed out earlier, I think there is more to catch that I did not get on the first go with that one. Because that's a very dense, weird movie. Unlike something like Arrival that I got on the first go round. But then like American Psycho, I didn't really get it on the first watch. I'm like, I'm gonna probably end up going through this one again.
I think a movie I needed to rewatch that I think one of the first movies I can remember going back to the theater to rewatch and paying money twice to see was Inside Llewyn Davis.
I still need to watch that.
It's a great fucking movie. That was a movie that put me on Oscar Isaac.
That's why I hear is like one of his peak performances. So I've really been meaning to watch that from like an actor's standpoint for sure. But it's just like I'm trying to think about something else or ones I've thought about rewatching. I'm trying to think about like my favorite ones ever because just like American Psycho, I've definitely watched a couple. But you know what it is? Is because as a creative, times when I do make shit, I am more so about the way I develop my stories is I start at the climax and build around it. So when it comes to taking in media, I kind of want to already be in the middle part and not really want to sit through the beginning or the end. Like the crescendo and the decrescendo, I just kind of want to skip to the climax already. So that's why rewatches can sometimes be a little bit tedious, even if it's something I enjoy. Like I have to really, really fuck with it to be like, okay, I want to sit down and like re-engage with this. Like earlier, I was watching because I haven't seen it. I started watching Scream 5 after I watched Scary Movie earlier. I'm just like, wow, this is actually. I haven't. I still got like 30 minutes left to finish, but I'm just like, wow, this is like pretty interesting so far, and they're going some places and trying some new things. Okay, I like it, and I'm trying to figure out who the killer is. Then like once I know that, I'm probably not going to revisit this movie, not because it's bad, but it's just like, oh, okay, I know the twist, and now I can just like, it's probably going to be in terms of narratively, probably just gonna be like show all these flashes of like here were all the signs that this was the killer, which is just like thanks storytelling. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Marriage Story?
No. You talk about with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
I've just heard that woman is just like I've heard it's good, but it's also just like just an emotional ride.
I mean, yeah, it's about a divorce.
Divorce, yeah. Malcolm and Marie for white people. Finally, they get something.
Yeah, I think that one came out first, but yeah, but
Still Malcolm and
it's
Marie for
different.
white people. It's retroactive.
It is, but it's different. It's different. But
Because I keep seeing that scene of like them having that fight, and then he punches the wall and shit.
Yeah, that's like the
Every day I wake up.
That's the build-up moment. That's the that's probably the scene you would watch and then not watch the rest of the movie.
Yeah, like I think it's on my queue. I just haven't sat down to watch. There's a couple projects because
the reason why I brought it up is because I watched that movie and then I can't remember if me and my friend we watched it, but we watched it and then we would pause when certain character things would happen and psychologically break down the movie for like 20 minutes and then resume and then let another chunk of the movie play and then do the same shit. It took us like fucking 4 hours to watch a 2-hour movie.
Hey, let's have a deep discussion about the problems and conflicts that they're having within this film. Meanwhile, I'm over here actually working with couples just saying niggas need to talk.
Niggas need to talk. Like it's like us watching it for 4 hours. Meanwhile, you over here watching it at 2 times speed,
fighting for my fucking life.
Right.
I mean that was the shit that happened with Joker because I think I saw that on. We'll call it a date. With my coworker, and we both do mental health shit. So we're walking out of this shit just like, well, that happened. Could have seen all that coming. All the pieces were there.
So you didn't like Joker, right? I can't remember.
I thought Joker is one of those movies where I'm just like, it's shot well, it's well acted. The problem is that I conceptually cannot get on board with the character. He just doesn't interest me whatsoever.
Okay.
So like even
in that movie, so you're just like you're bored. Even though it's well made, you're bored while watching it.
I wasn't bored. I was engaged enough, but it was definitely a case of just like by the end of it, I'm just like, yeah. I mean, it's like it was from a filmmaking perspective. I think it was good. Editing, acting, all that shit. It didn't resonate with me. So it didn't stay with me, is the thing with Joker. Like, as someone that hasn't seen Taxi Driver or, what was the other movie that they kept comparing it to by Scorsese? It's like, I haven't seen the movies that people were comparing it to. So I'm just like, yeah, it's good. It just, like, it didn't, there was nothing for me to connect with. In comparison to like what the Batman does, where I'm just like, hey, someone that doesn't like this nigga, this is somebody that clearly understands those cynical criticisms that people make, and I would say more often than not throughout the film kind of engages with it. It's like, hey, everyone looks at Batman as the rich capitalist on the hill. How do we engage with that as like a consumer? It wasn't the core tenet of the movie, but it was like, one of the motivators for like the Riddler is a villain and Catwoman mentions it and shit. So I'm like, okay, so you're like listening to the cynical critiques, which I don't think Todd Phillips really did as well with the Joker. I just think he kind of made a pseudo Scorsese project that was like semi about mental illness and just like the problems of like how bad society can be, but I don't think he did enough to be like, hey, you know, engaging the viewer with their critiques that they would have of the character. I don't think enough people do that with the Joker as a character in general. There's not a lot of like deep explorations into, why do people like this nigga? And why are most of them like really lonely, ostracized white guys? I think
and those very incel vibes for sure. I
yeah,
think it was
and
for me, it's about the renting tension of the movie. Like it's like someone like
yeah,
bringing something and just like, oh god, it's gonna explode. It's gonna break at some point. And watching it finally pop was like, whoa, this is how we got here. Okay. I think I
yeah.
had a more. I didn't connect with the movie like in a like a. I empathize with this. Like I know this
I
guy.
felt
He's like my
bad. Like,
friend.
yeah, I sympathized with him. It was for sure sad.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched it in a while, so I don't know how I'd feel on a rewatch. But I remember walking out of it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a movie like that, and I hadn't seen the movies they're referencing either.
Yeah,
But I was like, I don't think I've seen a movie like that before. That was an interesting experience.
and I
I don't
think for me,
remember
I'm
that.
just like like I think it does touch some of those elements, a little bit, but I don't think it for me it gave like it didn't do anything with the character to make me go, wow, I appreciate what you were doing. I think it was just like an artist uh making a piece versus I think with the Batman, I think he was an artist making a piece and wanted to kind of say something with that piece. Todd Phillips would probably disagree, but that's why like when Folie à Deux was like announced and everything with Lady Gaga, I'm just kind of like, I don't really care. Like I'll see it of curiosity, and that the acting is going to be fine and the everything else. I'm just like, it's just I care more about Shazam than I do Joker because I'm like, well, that's at least fun. I feel something, coming out of that. Walking out of Joker is just kind of a cold, bitter lack of empathy. Which I guess maybe that was the point, but
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can talk about Joker and Shazam all day, but I feel like what time we start recording? I think we've been here 5.5 hours.
yeah, we
I
have.
think it's about.
I have
Oops.
I have to edit this shit. So,
Oops.
but no, I mean we can close out the show here. I mean, Aaron, is there anything that you would like to promote?
Uh, no, not right now. Just we finished doing Umbrella Academy on the Real Rejects channel. They're doing some cool stuff over there. Go check them out. And yeah, my return to the internet will be imminent. So
Mm,
brace yourselves. I will return with some content. And yeah, that's about it for me.
nice. Well, thank you for listening to the show. Don't forget to like the show and rate the show and leave questions with the hashtag AskAce. And this is your reminder again to like the show and rate the show. If you're looking for me, your regular host, Will the Greatest, my Instagram is Will the Greatest, all one, I guess, type. Also, I'm on YouTube at Will the Greatest. Those have spaces at Will space the space greatest. I just dropped my review of LA season one like a week or so ago. I'm happy with how that came out. I'm thinking about the next review I want to do. But yeah, don't forget to like the show, share the show, rate the show 5 stars, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.